I just want to talk to somebody. It's International Day. Some of you were big in St. Lucia, big in Jamaica, big in Africa, and you are nameless in America. And you are trying to remind everybody who you used to be, what you used to do. We don't care what you used to do, who you used to be. Thank God you are nameless now, which means your ego is out of the way. Your pride is out of the way. God can trust you with his glory because you won't rob him of the credit. The book says he was just a man from Africa. Isn't this the story of black people? Isn't this the story of black people? That we have always been forced to do stuff. You didn't hear what I'm saying? We have always entered into greatness, not by choice, but by passing by. Is there anybody who want to testify that, Pastor, you are talking to me because I didn't ask for this and yet this found me? It's as if our difference always attracts some burdens to come on our shoulders, not because of our sameness, but because of our difference. What's there in the world that's functioning without a black shoulder? America is what it is with only one black person in the cabinet currently and everybody else white, and yet the absent people are the backbone of the white people leading it. Some of you need to start thanking God for your differences. Whatever makes you different is what attracts people to you. You don't have to look like anybody, act like nobody. That your difference is what attracts people to you. The greatest enemy of greatness is sameness. And the world wants to change how you talk, how you walk, how you cook, what you eat. And many of us, our impact is less because we are trying to be everything else instead of celebrating our differences. The book says he was different. And because he was different, because he was black, because he wasn't Roman, he had to bear something. He had to help God. Doc, that's amazing. It even sounds wrong to say that a nameless man who is named, but we don't know much about him, no credit history. We don't even know if he was a believer. His boys were believers. We don't know if he was a believer. He was passing by. If he was a believer, surely this event would have been the cause for him coming. And yet, the assignment chose him. Has it ever dawned on you that whatever you're going through found you and you did not find it? I'm going to come in your lane. I'm just warming up the engines. I'm going to come there. Then how can I fuss in it when it chose me? When God is in it, he will always enlist your participation in it. There is nothing God is going to do to help you without you participating in the help. God is going to come born in a manger, but humanity must give him a virgin. Why? Because there must be participation in your emancipation. And many of us are not where we're supposed to be because we expect others to be used by God. We believe that God uses people. We believe that God is able to take people from nothing into something, but we never believe that that person could be you. It really doesn't matter how much you believe God if you don't believe in you. Because God will use you to accomplish his purpose. So if you believe God and you doubt you, you're going to block the process to make it happen. Because God is not going to do everything alone. He's going to need your participation in it. So Pastor, what does that mean? Here it is. Those of you who may want to write some things, it makes sense. Here it is. I've discovered that sometimes divine revelation demands a situation for its manifestation. Sometimes divine revelation demands a situation for its manifestation. Pastor, what does that mean? Instead of you now asking people, how are you doing? You better ask them, what's your situation? Wherever there's a situation, there's a revelation behind the situation. God hides in the situation. Oh, Lord have mercy. So the brother is found, the brother is compelled to make it happen. And as I look at this story, we don't hear his voice. We don't hear if he screamed. We don't hear if he agrees. We are just told he was forced to carry the cross. And I want to talk to somebody listening to me wondering, trying to figure out this Kambizi guy, whatever you're trying to do. I want to challenge you as you go through life, as God is about to use you, never let what you know get in the way of what you don't know. Simply because you don't know, it doesn't mean God cannot use your not knowing. Many of us want to know too much. That's why we're doing too little. When God is in it, Pastor, there will be missing information. Is anybody old enough to know that God never tells you everything you need to know? Is there anybody who is here to say, Pastor, I'm old enough to know God never answers all your questions? And here you are sitting down waiting for God to answer your question. God does not answer to you. If he does answer you, that's a privilege. But God does not have to consult you, bring you into a meeting. If Job was here, he will let you know, Pastor, there was a meeting in heaven and I was on the agenda and I was never sent a text reminded that I was about to be put into consideration. Chosen. Don't let what you don't know get in the way of what you know. There's somebody in this place who may even have cancer as an assignment. If you didn't choose it and it chose you, then God is in it. When it's odd, it's God. You better start thinking about it now. Here's where the kicker is. The enemy is not scared of us thinking whatever we think and planning whatever we plan, as long as we don't catch and our faith do not grow, so that we walk by faith even when we are uncomfortable with the journey. The other thing I want you to understand is that you're going to discover that in order for you to enter new seasons, you must exit from old seasons.